Hey Knights, Miss Moon here, and I'm better. I don't want to say I'm 100% recovered because I'm not. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough, mostly because there's all this stuff in my throat, but for the most part, I am better. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I'd like to talk about is something that B and I saw the other night. We sat down and we were in a horror mood because sometimes, most of the times, we are in a horror mood. We can watch horror movies anytime, either to make fun of them or to enjoy them. Because horror movies are interesting. There was another thing that I watched a long time ago, and it was called Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue. It basically documents, once again, horror movies through the ages in America. And there is a marked notice in the difference in horror at one particular point, and I'm just going to drop the name Alfred Hitchcock. They said before this point, all horror movies had the same sort of wrap up at the end, and it was that you could have an elder sitting by a fire telling the youngsters this story. And at the end, he can say, I have seen the enemy, and the enemy is out there, and we must be vigilant, we must be careful. We must guard against the enemy. And around the time of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, it changed just a little bit. Same scenario, there's the elder, he's telling the kids the story, and instead he says, I have seen the enemy, and the enemy is us. It's inside of us, and if we aren't careful, it will win. And I'm sure that there were movies before Alfred Hitchcock that did that, but it wasn't as noticeable a change in that technically the man is the monster. This is always something that's going to fascinate me because once again, once we're scared of, so it tells us a lot about ourselves. Moving along though, what we watched the other night was a movie called An American Haunting. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, spoiler alert, seriously, because there's going to be spoilers here. I was not sure about An American Haunting, but it looked interesting. It had a lot of really good names with it, chiefly Donald Sutherland, who I am never mad to see. Also, there was a witch angle, so they thought they were under a witch's curse and they were being haunted by some sort of demon. Spoiler alert, they were not being haunted by a demon. They were being haunted by the fractured psyche of their own daughter, essentially, and I was very disappointed. As an American, as a narrative enthusiast, and as a horror movie buff, I very much just felt cheated. It's called An American Haunting. I wanted a haunting. Something nice and Americana-ish. But no. Fractured psyche of some poor child that had been robbed of her innocence. And I'm not okay with that. No thank you. If I wanted that, I would have gone to Lifetime. We didn't enjoy that movie. There was another movie that was out, though, and it was a little bit more obscure and much older. The Eternal, I think it was called? Hold on. And it stars Christopher Walken, Rachel O'Rourke, and Jared Harris. I could not find this movie on IMDb, which baffled me just a little bit.
Okay, so I just did a double check on IMDb, and the reason I couldn't find The Eternal on it is because it's called Trance, aka The Eternal, which is really weird. Anyway, 1998 horror movie Trance / The Eternal? Question mark?
It doesn't have a lot of stars, and I don't know why, because it was actually really good. They had a druid in there, and she kept coming back, and she couldn't be killed. It was really good. Also, it had Jared Harris in it. But that one, which did not have a lot of stars, was less rated, and we got more enjoyment out of it than An American Haunting. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you, is just those two films that we watched. If you can see The Eternal, try. It's on Netflix, so yay. But I guess that's all for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Because horror movies, man, they tell us what we're scared of. Even in the quiet ones. I wasn't really mad. Because Jared Harris.